Hey, it's been a while, hasn't it? The reason why is I've lost my camcorder. I don't know where I put it. I put it somewhere safe. That's safe that I can't find it myself. What this video is all about is making sanding arbors. Now, I've made sanding arbors before. Here's one of them. I've made them all various diameters. Now, the problem is I've been using epoxy. These are just ends of drill bits. M6, 6mm drill bits. And there's a reason for that, and I'll show you in a minute. But I've been epoxying these in, and of course when you're sanding creates heat. That melts the epoxy, and then the shaft comes out or it goes in, and what happens is it starts binding. Binding on the, I use this to Hope sanding system on a little brother hollowing tool. I make them so they've only got a tiny little bit of clearance at the back, so it doesn't rub on the metal, but it's further in, so you can get it into tighter areas. Now, of course, when that epoxy melts and you put in a little bit of pressure on, it pushes the wood onto the billet and it stops it, and then you end up with lines in your finish. So what I've come up with an idea is to use these instead, that are brass inserts, and they're designed for wood, and you'll thread it with an Allen key into the wood, and you can put your machine screw into that, or chopped off drill bit that's been tapped. So the items that you'll need for this are a tapper, a die. I'm using 6mm, I think I've explained that. I'm using 6mm, and the reason why is because these Hope system bearings, M6. So I'm using an M6 die with the tapping tool. You'll need Velcro, this rat's nest of Velcro. You'll need that section of it. You can pick this stuff up, keep it in better condition than I do. It's 50mm wide by a metre long, and you can buy them from Screwfix. They're just over £5, or Halfords as well. Halfords sell them. I think it's a little bit dearer in Halfords. I can't remember now how much they are, but I've got that one from Halfords, and I've got another set from Screwfix. So the Screwfix was just over £5 on offer. So yeah, you'll need a 6mm drill bit if you're doing it for the Hope. But if you're doing it for power sanding, it's whatever drill bits you've got spare, and whatever dies or threaded nuts, whatever. But I'm using M6, so you need obviously some inserts, a drill bit, Velcro, a die, and that. And then I do recommend buying a big bunch of these from Hope, Simon Hope. And the reason why is if you use wood direct sounds like a website, don't it? If you use the sanding disc directly on the wood, you use that inside vase, what'll happen is it'll start vibrating because there's no cushioning there. It's just basically wood, a little bit of plastic, and then the sanding arbor. Whereas if you use that rubber pad, only stands it off by that tiny little amount, but that gives a little bit of cushioning, so as you're going along, any vibrations are absorbed by that rubber pad. Now you can try to make these. I've tried making these before with these camping mats, but they're not that good, to be honest, and they're not very heat resistant, and they melt. So they're cheap enough. You just might as well get like a pack of 10 of them. But that's obviously the spigot that I've done, the brass insert, the wood, the black rubber pad, and then the sanding disc. So without further ado, I'll get on with it. What I'm more than likely to do is not talk so much, because if you've watched a lot of my videos, I talk a hell of a lot. So I'll talk as little as I can, and I'll probably stick some music on or something like that. Yeah, I'll stick some music on. So hopefully this helps you. So the size of this is 45 mil, but when you go inside a hollow form or a vase, as you're going in with the sanding arbor, you're going in obviously with the disc to the side like that. As you get to the bottom, you start to curl it. What you don't want is the wood wider than the actual pad itself. You want it slightly thinner, because if it's wider, as the disc turns to go towards the bottom, you'll start putting score lines on the inside of your piece. So what I'm going to do is the finished diameter of these I'm going to make is going to be about 44, which will be about 1 millimetre in each side. About 44, or I'll try to remember that. No doubt go a little bit less. So I've got measurements on the side of the tailstock quill, so I'll just move it into 2. I want to go in 15, so that's 35. I'll turn the speed down a little bit, eh? You don't want to go too fast when you're drilling. Right, that's 35. Hopefully, if all's gone to plan, should fit in, which it does. Right, I need the thingamajig, spindle lock, because I'm lazy. I've got Allen keys, but because I'm lazy I'm going to use the battery drill. These aren't going in as easy as I thought they were going to do. Yeah, use a battery drill. Right, that's that. To be safe, because I can always trim it down after, I'm going to go about 18. So let's give it the part off. You notice I've still got one ring on. I can't get that damn ring off. I took all the rest off. And my watch. Speed it up a little bit now. Right, I want to tap 13mm, and I know that the depth of this is actually about 12.5, something like that, 12.5mm. So I know when I'm tapping in, when the end of that gets to, sorry, I'm going to be going that way. Yeah, I'm going that way. So I know that when the end comes flush with that, then I've tapped in 13mm. I've got the spindle lock in. This here, I need to get it level, so I'm not cross threading it. I'm going to be winding the quill in as I turn, only part way, and I don't have to do it anymore, because then the thread will keep it level. I'm putting a bit of pressure on, just to start it. So I can hear it cutting. So it goes now. Ooh. I'm just going to wind this back on. Don't need the tailstock now, as you can see. Hopefully it won't turn again. in here, I mean. Right, test the length of that. It's the first time I've been using these threaded inserts as well, so I'm just going to test that out. See how that goes. Pretty good. Right, now that's done, I can now work on this. Like I was saying, I haven't got a drawbar, so you've got to be careful when you're turning without on an MT2. You've got to be careful with a tapered, you know what I mean, chuck when you haven't got a drawbar. This is going to be the face that I'm going to have the Velcro on, so I'm just going to chew it up.